Welcome back to another episode of Running Light Podcast. I am here not with Frankie today. He is celebrating love in Colorado. One of his really close friends is getting married, so he's not here. I am with our beautiful brother with the same hairline, producer Jacob Clark. Jacob.
Hello.
Hello. But I'm joined with a very special guest. She is Running the Light's resident hot girl. You can see her all over Twitter, Instagram. She's well known here in the Wichita community and the internet community. Please, we're going to start all over? Another Please give a nice round of applause to our studio audience. To SiSi.
Thank you.
And you see that? Dude, let the crowd say it one more time.
Hey,
live studio.
appreciate that.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just sweating.
It's fucking hot. It's disgusting.
109 is what I was told.
What does it feel like? It always feels like
that's
175.
That's a good one. Probably like, so it's 105 technically.
Ugh.
That's still.
And that's at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
Feels like 109. Which is some shit. It feel like,
What's the UV at?
Oh.
Like 13. No, probably like 10, but.
Humidity is only at 28. It feels way more humid than that. Is that a 7? Nothing too crazy today.
That's insane. Nah, it's just too hot. It's like not leaving the house. Like I'm not leaving the house.
Oh,
now.
yeah, no.
I'm staying in my underwear in bed for all day if I don't have to leave.
I worked out and went back home.
Yeah.
I did not do anything.
Imagine how hot and sweaty gyms are.
Oh, yeah, no.
Especially ones like that are in warehouses. I was in Florida this past week and it was hot. And it rained some mornings and it was just humid and hot. And
what part of Florida?
Pensacola.
Ooh, is that south?
No, it's like right on the.
Oh, okay.
What do they call that little,
kind of by Alabama?
Panhandle.
Okay.
The Panhandle of Florida.
Okay. Is that by Destin?
It's like an hour from.
Okay.
We went to Destin for a water park. The biggest water park in the Emerald Coast. If you didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I think I told you.
Yeah,
I
was
told
like,
her
well,
this.
apparently it's an Emerald Coast.
I don't know what that means.
Bro, that's
but
a shitty water.
No, it's not.
And Emerald's Coast, or is it on the outside? It's in
You're
the
thinking
Gold
of
Coast,
like,
right?
Nah, you're thinking of like, what is that, Padre Island?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all the same water, ain't it?
Nah, dude.
Whoa.
No, Pensacola is just like clean, dude. It's so clean. You can see, like, even if you're waist deep, you can still see your toes. That's how clean it is.
Yeah, I love Destin, which I knew is kind of close by there, but the beaches are just so white, and then the water is so blue. So
nice.
blue.
Dude, I'll say it. Miami, like the Atlantic coast water, disgusting.
I've heard.
Bro.
Yeah, I've been to Miami.
Dude, I don't.
Miami Beach, but.
I don't care for like the warm water. Like, I'd rather go Pacific, like LA's water.
Is it nice?
I mean, I like the cool water because it just doesn't feel like a lukewarm, like nasty.
Gross.
Yeah.
We have on our friend group. She has a pool in her apartment, and it's a great apartment complex, but it's warm. And it's like, yo, when it's 107 now, I don't want to be in a warm. I want to be cold. I want to feel refreshed, not like I'm fucking taking a bath.
Yeah. Oh.
It's disgusting.
Dude, that's how like Miami's is it's like, it's not even like hot to where it's like enjoyable. It
I think
just feels
Miami,
like a lukewarm.
Miami has like the Twin Peaks Hooters type vibe. So it's
Yeah.
like you're not going for the food. You're going for
the bitches.
the bitches is what you're going to Miami for. You're not going for the water. You're not going for it. You're just going for the bitches. It's that type of, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm kind of retarded. So
Cocaine.
And coke.
Yeah.
Definitely that too.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So we went for a music video.
oh, did you? Who's?
Yeah. Stephen G.
No idea.
Don't know.
Nope.
He was like a bigger R&B artist.
Damn, nice. No idea.
Yeah, that's cool though.
On a yacht. It was cool. It was a good time.
Hey. When I went to Puerto Rico, I had like paddled. I don't know what you would call it. It was like I was in a canoe, but I was paddling with my feet like a penguin. And we went out. It was literally off this island so we could go kind of like in the ocean. It was kind of wild because you're like, I'm in this little canoe thing. But I guess a lot of Puerto Rican artists and stuff like that shoot music videos. And so when we went out, there's just yachts, huge ass yachts. Yeah. And they were cooking food. Like I've never seen just like a grill on a boat, like a full size grill. I've seen like little like camper size. It was wild.
That's
I
a
was
different
wanting to
tax
get off.
bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just the yachts that we saw down there. It's like, dude, what do you guys do for a living? What is happening that?
I don't think they want you to know. Probably.
Yeah, no, there's no
Dude,
way.
but a yacht, like who is it? Like Jeff Bezos is a yacht. I think he's the one that has like the craziest.
Or even like Conor McGregor, he said he spent $50 million on a yacht. How do you?
No.
It is like a Lamborghini one of one.
Yeah. Or the people that go to the F1 or whatever, and they have like the Ferraris or whatever they have on the yachts. I'm like, all right.
Dude, I can't even.
Jeff
showing 'em off.
Bezos' yacht is $400 million.
That's insane.
That motherfucker has more money than God, though.
Literally.
But still, it's like, why?
You couldn't afford a $2 million yacht.
No.
Like you could. That wasn't good enough for you. You had to go $400 million.
Bro, that's like the yacht.
How do you pay for that? Do you go to the bank? Hey, let me get $400 million out. How does that work?
It's like bigger than a Royal Caribbean like cruise.
See, and like what's sad is that he like spends all this money, but like he's been like really stingy on Prime. Like, I thought Prime was only like 1 day shipping. Why is Prime taking? Yeah,
fuck Jeff Bezos.
No, for real. Like, what the fuck? I just don't.
Homie spending all the money on
confusing.
bitches and coke, but fucking stingy on Prime. I hate that.
No, for real.
Did you see that his ex-wife married some nerd? He married some high school science teacher.
Well, I thought, I could be wrong, but I thought she, like, after they got a divorce, that she, like, donated a lot of her money to, like, not, like, nonprofit maybe, but, like, unfortunate profits of some sort. But I just felt so bad because I'm like, I just couldn't imagine being in a situation where you're married to someone like that. And obviously, like, you get a divorce, but, like, they're still making just so much money.
Every day.
Yes.
Every day.
Where was the prenup?
I think it was just before that. It had to been like way before that. Because even if you have that dream, you're like, fucking, this is to be better than eBay. That's insane. That's not gonna ever happen.
True.
And then when it happens, you're like, oh fuck.
Right. Well, probably some like Bill Gates, or not Bill Gates, but who's the guy that did Microsoft?
Bill Gates.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. I was like, fuck. Yeah, I think like him and his wife, like I don't know if they're together, like his wife that he had started with when he made that, but again, just like, or if like maybe even someone like a Steve Jobs had like a relationship, like I just think that is just like.
Is Elon still with Grimes?
I think they're on and off.
Yeah.
Like I just like, well, he's a character.
Hey,
he's a weird dude.
I do respect it though, because he's like, I'm gonna have as many kids as I want. Just
Yeah, I don't like that though.
But he wants to spread like the smart genes around instead of
Dude,
just
they all
like,
can't be winners. They all can't be winners.
No.
If you can get 3 out of 12,
I guess you're right.
So is that like Tyreek Hill now, like on his like
Oh
10th or
my
11th kid or
God.
something like that?
I'm
Like how
becoming
many are
not
going to
a
be
fan. And all of
Cheetah
them, it's
Junior?
like 10 kids, 7 baby mamas, and it's like, brother.
He just got married too,
You
and
gotta
they
wrap it
already
up.
had one.
Yeah. I feel like the way I feel like when I talk about athletes of like having 17 kids is how my mom talked about me when I was like 16, and she's like, sit down, we gotta have the condom talk, and like teaching me through that. It's like, how am I teaching a 30-year-old man how to?
but when, I mean, it's crazy too, because it's not like their child support stays at like, super cheap.
Right. It's not $1,000 a month.
Yeah. It's like now,
50,000.
cool, you're making X amount of money
And it's public. That's the craziest part.
times X amount of kids.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, no. You took that $1,000 a month.
He's gonna play till he's 40.
And
You can't like, some athletes you think like, Jesus Christ, he's 37. Why is he still playing football? And they're like slow and they're bouncing from team to team every year. We're not gonna wonder with Tyreek.
No.
He's gonna be 42, still trying to run. It's like, buddy.
he might even
Start a
have
podcast.
Nah, he might be like the next LeBron, where he's gonna have his own kids running with him, and
just get drafted.
Hey, that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
Like he's like a fullback there.
What do they call it? Nepotism.
yeah.
I just found out what that was.
Wow. You didn't see
because
the
of
the
Bronny.
Kanye stuff?
No.
Like how Northwest, like his daughter was in the Lion
yes.
King.
Oh, it was
I
Dude,
did see
cringe.
that.
got roasted.
I did see that.
I mean, to be fair, like she shouldn't have had that role like
No.
that.
No.
But
Because I seen the comparison of like the kid who originally had it, and then it showed her, and it's like, oh,
And probably like not trained, but like practiced for a long
yeah,
time.
She watched the movie twice and was like, I can, Mom, I can do this.
well, it was probably one of those things too, where she like was like, it would be cool to be on Broadway one day, and Kim's like, let's do this.
No, for
I know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's no, because I saw it was during Bronny getting drafted and stuff. Shouldn't have gone drafted, probably not. But
Yeah.
it was. I had a comedian friend out of Oklahoma City, and he's like, his like 7-year-old kid was doing stand up, and he's like, nepotism, yeah. And he shared the picture of his kid doing stand up, and he's like standing right next to him, feeding him lines the entire time. So I get it. If I was in that situation, I would do the exact same thing.
Oh yeah, you got to put him on.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
I mean, Bronny's not terrible.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have gone drafted.
No.
I mean, Dwayne Wade's son Zaire.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That he like kind of either played with or played against or something like that.
Yeah, they all played together at like those LA schools. But I mean, Zaire never really like pushed it. Then again, I don't know if he really wanted it as much. There's a guy from Wichita that was actually like pretty good friends with him. And that's what he was saying. He was like, yeah, I don't think Zaire's going to the league like that.
Yeah.
Is he still in college?
I think he might be.
Because I mean, Bronny only did. That's still
He did a year.
one thing
We
I
did like
don't
a month
get.
of college football or basketball.
Oh my God. I literally, with NIL being like such a big deal, I don't understand people that would not go. I mean, I'm not saying that people would be getting scholarships and stuff, but if you're getting your school paid for and you're getting paid to play essentially, why wouldn't you just go? And especially, I know a lot of people, because I'm a KU fan, I've seen so many people end up coming back another year and they might have, I mean, they're starters, but the next year that they're playing, they're literally the top person.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I don't know. And like Grady Dick, for example, like he literally got drafted first round. And I think too, it's just crazy. Like the MLB draft just happened, like either today or yesterday or something like that. I didn't even know about it. Like, I didn't even know it was
The
going
MLB
on.
draft is literally 1,000 picks. The MLB draft is completely pointless because they can get drafted and then stay in college for 4 years, and then when they're done with high school or done with college, they're still technically drafted, but then they still have to go through the entire minor league system. So draft picks in the MLB, I think, are 100% pointless.
Well,
Right.
And like working with the Wind Surge, like I would always try to get like content done with like specific players. Like if there's this guy named, I think his name was like Bryce Lee, crazy good player, and they're just like, let's not focus on him heavy. He's about to move up. And I'm like, don't you want to show them?
Right.
And they're just like, well, we don't want to like build the following around him, then him leave, and then. It was just crazy to see, like, because there's, 3 stages?
Yeah. Or
is there more?
I think they're like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so he would go up, and then they'd pull another person down. And I'm like, dude, imagine being, like, up there in, like, the majors, and then they pull you back down to a minor team.
Well, I know it's like some athletes, like Bryce Harper, when he got injured, they'll send him down to the minor leagues. And he'll just hit home run after home run, build his confidence, and then get brought back up to the majors. So I don't even... Baseball's just weird.
Yeah. One, I feel like too, like with the draft picks, like with Bronny, like there was just even more. Like I feel like football, for example, like there's days of the draft and there's rounds of it. So it's just like crazy that like for basketball, there's only 2. So it's like
that doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know, and it's like hard to track. I feel like, and I feel like with all the deadlines and all that stuff happening kind of at the same time, it's literally like. I'm refreshing Twitter at like, midnight to 2 a.m.
And I think having a time frame is perfect. Like I think the NFL has the perfect draft because the first round, the most important round, is the highlight of Thursday.
Yeah.
And then Friday is second and third, Saturday is third, fourth, and then Sunday is just till the 7th.
Yeah.
That makes perfectly sense.
So I didn't even know that. I always just thought that the NFL was just like that one day.
Yeah,
it's funny.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah,
like
That's
I
all I
think
cared about. It was like first, second, third round.
You care about like the first 10 picks.
Yeah.
After that, then you're like, all right.
Yeah. Or if you're like your team, but I feel like
Yeah.
you'd follow that on social media. But I feel like they make it such a big deal. Like I love the fact that, I mean, I didn't go to the one in Kansas City, which I wish I would have, but I think just the fact that they'll have usually other people announcing the picks. They don't have the commissioner. Like I think that's so boring. Like I want to hear past players or people that have made like a difference in the organization or
This year they had influencers. Shout out Sketch.
I mean,
yes,
it makes
yes.
that one made sense because he's like a Houston guy.
big
He's always
Yes.
he stood on Houston, but you know.
But even that, like I enjoyed that because I mean, you're watching someone else besides, well, I don't think Adam Silver might have done like the first round, but I know the guy right underneath him for the NBA did the second half. And it's just like
It's boring.
Yeah, and their atmosphere. Like I feel like I never saw where the fans could be. If you go, like I saw in Kansas City, and they had it, it was like out, like just it's like a fan fest.
It's another whole like Super Bowl.
Literally,
yeah. And it's cool that it's every single fan.
Yeah.
I love how they boo the commissioner though. That's my favorite part.
Up,
In football, they boo
Yes.
the commissioner.
See, I think, like, how legendary it'd be if it was like, oh yeah, I got drafted round 1, and Will Smith called my like thing. Like they need to start having like big name influencers up there
Because they don't do that
Yeah.
until like the 17th pick. Then they're like, all right, the rest of these really don't matter. Go
Yeah.
ahead and put Pat McAfee out there.
Yeah, I know. Because Sketch was like
I think he was in the second round, second or third round.
third round.
Or when Pat McAfee first did it, he was like the 6th. He was in the 6th round.
That
and he was like,
killed
"Man,
me."
this is bullshit.
No, the whole I I don't know why, but that comes up on my algorithm for either TikTok or Instagram, but I see that all the fucking time and it kills me. He is literally one of the funniest fucking people. And I like the fact that he's like, his show is just so enjoyable because it's so authentic. And I'm like,
him and his crew are just perfect.
Yes. Well, yes.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe I just didn't think too much. But
We'll start bleeping out.
yeah.
What happened?
Well, so I don't know. I guess I was just trying to be maybe like a little naive because I never really like reach out to people or shoot my shot because I'm definitely like a chaser. Well, not a chaser. I'm not. Definitely bleep that out because I'm not a chaser. I like getting chased. No. But
Just take everything out. I'm the chaser.
But no, I definitely enjoy people chasing after me. And I like reached out to someone on the show. And my thing is that like it's not anyone like on the main show. So it's
the
just
guys in the back.
Yeah. And I feel like too, I kind of like I love sports, clearly. Like I literally grew up watching sports because of my dad and playing sports. And I feel like, too, that's also kind of like what got me into sports betting. But it was just kind of like watching the show is how I found him, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was just interesting because, I mean, I'm a real person. Like, I'm not a bot. So I also have all my Instagram photos from when I first started Instagram. So, like, you can tell the glow up. Like, it's real bad. But it's just crazy because I had reached out to him and I had liked a couple of his, like, posts, which were just kind of, like, sporadic. But I just changed my Instagram to public, like, 3 months ago or so. So it's been, like, anyone could go look at it. So I liked a couple stuff. And then I honestly can't remember if I think what happened was that, like, it was maybe, like, 3 days after this. Like, I didn't reach out to him, but I just liked his stuff. And then he followed me back and started liking my stuff. And I was like, what the, like, I literally was like, what the fuck? And, like, I'm not even trying to sound like a fangirl, but it's just like, I think it cracked me up because I really wasn't expecting him to message me back. But then I'm like, I obviously don't mean this in a bad way, but he's kind of like a no one or like a nobody. So I was like, maybe he was just like,
You should have gone out like Boston Connor.
Nah. Okay, to be honest, I think when I first like followed like all of them when I first started watching this show, he was like one of the first people I followed, obviously because he's like one of the main people. But and they all seem like really chill. Like I think what you were saying is like really right. How they all like flow really well together. Like I think you and Alex do too. Like just
Frankie.
yeah. Oh, I'm dead. Okay.
Hey, no, I still do it all the time.
I do it all the time
Okay,
too.
I'm dead. Okay, sorry, but yeah, they just like have a really good flow, and it was just really weird because obviously they shoot in Indiana. I don't know if you knew that, but they shoot in Indiana, and that's where he lives, and it was just like really weird because I mean I also am very like not like protective over myself, but I mean I'm not an idiot, and I feel like he was kind of like manipulative in a way.
Dang.
Yeah, and
he's trying to get that Pat McAfee shine.
not for real. Well, well, and that's the thing though, is I think what made me more mad is the fact that like obviously like I would want to FaceTime him before I meet him because he was obviously trying to get me to like fly out and go see him. And I didn't really obviously mind that, but I'm like, I'm not gonna go meet someone, even if it's someone like to this degree, blue check mark, I'm still want to FaceTime. And we FaceTimed a couple times, but it was just like really weird. He opened up a lot to me, which I think a lot of people just do naturally, or they feel trusting with me. And it's all right, but it's just like a lot when, I don't know. I don't know if they're just being more sensitive or what, but it's like hard for me to be like, okay, so any of the other time, like, that you're not being as sweet, like, is it kind of like a front, or like, do you have trauma that made you feel this way? But yeah, it was just kind of like weird vibes that I'd gotten from him, I feel like. And I think too, he's a Scorpio, which I'm not like.
Hey, watch your mouth.
You too.
Watch your mouth.
I'm not.
Think before you speak.
Hey, I'm not like, I personally feel like astrology and horoscopes have like a thin line of like who people are. But I do think if you ever read your birth chart, you're never just your sunshine, which like mine is a Libra, which is why I think I get along with a lot of people and can talk to a lot of people pretty easily. But I don't know a lot of good things about Scorpio men. To be honest, if that's you, you've been a complete gentleman, and I take that back. But for the most part, like Future is a good example. Yeah. I always tell people like he is the peak of like the toxic culture. I feel like from Scorpio.
Hey, Drake's a Scorpio.
He is. But like I feel like
he's a crybaby too.
Yeah,
he acts hard, but he's soft on the inside.
Yeah, he's different. But that's the thing though, is that it's like a front. So it's just like again, you're kind of getting that side where you're like, are you being genuine or not? And I don't know. It was just really awkward because like he was trying to tell me that he wasn't a fuckboy anymore, and like all this stuff.
Do that.
No,
I've used that line seven times.
No.
Just this month. I got a kid now. I'm trying to get my life together.
Oh my God, no. He literally was like, my jersey's in the Raptors, and I was like, okay.
Oh my God, I've used that line so many times.
No. If it's in the Raptors,
great.
Yeah.
I've used that so many times.
That's
I'm the coach now. I coach my homies. Like, I'm retired. Oh, I'm so stupid for that. I'm so glad that's a universal fuckboy type of thing.
That's the thing is that I think what like pissed me off is the fact that like he knows that I'm a fan of the show, like regardless. Like I'd be watching it and then texting him at the same time. So it wouldn't be like a big deal. But I think what bothered me was the fact that when he would say like this type of stuff, like, you know, I don't know, again, not like that he's manipulating me in that aspect, but saying all this stuff where I'd be like, oh, like, I'm going to believe you because you haven't done anything. But watching the show that I fucking watch almost every day, well, like, you know, typically when it's on, but almost every day. And then occasionally I'd watch like his like podcast thing that he'd have like on the side. It's like only on like, I don't know if it's just YouTube, but it's like definitely not live TV.
Right.
If you watch it and just hearing what his friends say about him, you're like, your friends are literally saying, I mean, they'll say stuff about him having like flashlights, like just like stuff that you're just like, bruh. And this is why it's not on the live TV, obviously, because it's not like blurred out or anything. But I mean, they constantly say that he's a fuckboy or all this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, obviously, like I knew that going in, but like, don't try to tell me that that's not what you're like when I watch your show. Like, I just felt like
Homie's
it's kind
my twin, for real. I couldn't tell you how many times I've had a lady that I'm talking to for a short period of time because they're like, hey, how come you're telling me your Raptors or your jerseys in the Raptors, but you're going on the pod talking about sandblasting prostitutes on the weekends?
Hey,
Yeah.
And I'm like, my bad on that. It's just silly stories. It's just silly jokes.
What
Yeah.
flavor of fleshlight do you have?
This week?
See, and my thing is too, though, is like I'm single as fuck. Like I thoroughly enjoy being single. Honestly, I don't trust a lot of people just because since I do OnlyFans or since I do like just post a little bit more provocative photos and stuff like that, I have like people that be howling at my DMs that either shouldn't be
Barking.
and it's like embarrassing because I like just try not to get involved. But before I like fast forward too far, I do want to say that the guy from that show was da-da-da-da-da. I cannot think of what his last name is now. Fuck.
Timestamp this.
What's the guy that does the old WWE? Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
That's his name?
Yes. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. Well, he's like a producer.
Yeah. I mean, see,
So-
I watched Pat McAfee's show.
Yeah.
I love Pat McAfee. Like, his story from soccer, not knowing how to punt or kick in college, still
Yes.
making it to West Virginia, still making it to the league. And then he did comedy for a little bit, too.
Oh, I'm
And then he kind of gave it up.
dead.
And then he's always loved professional wrestling. I've always loved professional wrestling. Making it to, like, the developmental stuff, wrestling, like, one of the best wrestlers on the planet, having a great match, and then turning into a commentator was just... I love Pat McAfee. So I know a lot of the guys, and especially like a couple of guys in the back.
Yeah.
Because they get like they get a microphone also, kind of like Jacob.
Yeah.
But this
no,
dude
he be
apparently
talking.
fucking-
No, well, and I actually saw him on the Pat McAfee show live. Like they called him out, and I think it was honestly the one with is it Nikki Glacier or something like that? And she was on the show talking about the roast.
That was kinda
her being on
recent
it. Yeah, and I think she was talking about something with like, I don't know if it was like Love Island or something like that, but was talking about something like that, like dating type show. And he had said something about how he had like the perfect fuck boy, Pat did, and then literally called him out, and he walked out, and I'm
funny.
like,
I think I remember that.
yeah,
I think
it's
I remember
him,
that. Yeah.
it's him, and that's why I'm like, bro, I already knew this,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but yeah, but speaking of sports in that aspect, you know who
I don't.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, he played for Wichita State. I think he actually is going to be, yeah, I think he's supposed to come back for the summer tournament that they have, but he be in my DMs. I feel like
do you want me to bleep that out? Every name, bleep it out?
probably.
Okay, time's out.
Yeah.
Like, just making sure. I want
Yeah.
any names. You
Yeah,
gotta bleep.
just in
Okay.
case, because
Yeah.
I don't want anything to come back as getting sued or something like
Right.
that. But
Their baby mama coming after you.
no, for real, for real. Oh my God, no, because his baby mama did reach out to me and was all like, because he had actually like saved a story of mine, which is why I thought it was kind of weird because
Right.
she had said something about like the fact that she had seen a photo of mine in his phone, and I was like, I haven't like sent him anything like that, and I feel like too, if I had like maybe sent him something, it was like more of like a selfie because that's not like that. But I think what cracked me up is the fact that I think it was when the Chiefs were playing 2 years ago, or it was when they were playing against the Eagles. It was like a playoff game. I think.
Well, they're different divisions, so it had to be the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But they played in like week like 12 or 13, 14 during the regular season, I think last year.
Okay,
Or
well,
maybe the year before. Maybe the year after they faced each other, that's when they played each other.
okay.
That next season.
Because I know that I had went out and I had seen him at like Pump House, and he was like, "I want to buy you a shot," blah 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 blah, and I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Well, just tell your waitress to put it on my tab." I'm like, "I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's sketchy. Like you can
Right.
buy me a drink and bring it over to me if you really want to do that. And then he ends up either telling his waitress to bring me a shot. So I ended up getting it, but he never came over. And I was just like, okay. So I did like message him back and like say thanks because I was like, at least I don't have to like go over and socialize with him. But it was awkward because when I was leaving, he was up at the bar like talking with some girl, like they were face to face. And I was like, well, I know that that's not your baby mama girlfriend, whatever the fuck they are. And I'm like, okay. So when she reached out to me, I'm like, you should ask him about the girl that he was actually talking to at the bar than me. Like, I feel like I'm the last concern. And ugliest motherfucker ever. If you have not seen him, he is ugly as fuck. Okay. I'm sorry. And like, I'm not even saying like he's a good basketball player. Like, I mean, I feel like he was pretty good too with shooting threes and stuff like that. Because he's only a year older than me. So he graduated 2013 from North High. And I dated like maybe 2 people in high school from North. So I was always at North stuff. And one of my exes at the time was actually his good friend in high school. So I actually like hung out with him and I knew him. But I feel like too, I also have a lot of exes where their friends will reach out to me too, which I feel like that's kind of like a girl thing. Like a lot of girls probably deal with that, unfortunately. But I just feel like it's just, is there like no bro code?
I think there is.
Also, they're
Like-
supposed to be.
They're supposed to be.
But I mean,
To an like what is the extent?
this literally just happened. Not this. So,
flat tire, flat tire,
Nah,
flat tire.
So Frankie, before he was with his current girlfriend, way before his current girlfriend. Way before
Clear
his
the
current
air.
girlfriend. We're gonna put before his current girlfriend. He was with the lady, and they did what grown folk do, and I didn't even know about that. He kept it real low key, whatever. I ended up matching with her on a dating app, and she messaged him saying, "Hey, I matched with your buddy," and Alex was like, "Oh, fire! He's a funny guy."
Right.
And then he called me and was like, "Yo, shorty that you just matched with, I've matched with her. She's a cool chick." And I'm like, "Is there not like I'll stop talking. Like I don't need that." Dude.
Right.
He's like, No, go ahead. Like it's free game. I'm like, all right, that's free game.
Yeah.
But if you would have been like, "Nah, don't do it."
Yeah.
Hey, don't do it.
Yeah.
But I'm also from a small town where it's the
Everyone
ladies
knows
are
each
limited.
other?
But I even thought they're still bro code. Like however long y'all dated or talked, double that and then it's free game. And that's like pushing it.
Yeah.
That's still pushing it.
Yeah.
But it's just like I said, it's a small town.
Yeah.
But there's no bro code in any of that. Especially those small towns. They're just you break up with a girl and they're right there. Hey, I know he's not the best guy. Like,
Yeah.
yo, dude.
No. Well, and I'm sure to an extent there's also probably like a no girl code in a way. I mean, I feel like too, I think again when it comes to like the guys messaging me, it's always the guys that don't post their girlfriends. Ooh. I will say that. I'm not saying it's like they like absolutely never post their girlfriends, but like
only on special occasions.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna keep it real.
I never did for a while, but I mean that was just more me.
Well, and I think
what you do normally. You normally
you can tell the
post.
difference. I feel like too. Like for example, like you can start dating someone and they might have like just kind of posted a little bit more casually, but then like they just like don't post at all when you're together, and then
and
they
it's
use
also
that.
like if you live a certain lifestyle, I would just say myself. I obviously, if you look at my Instagram now, it's all podcast stuff.
Yeah.
But let's pretend if I wipe that out, it was New Year's with the boys. It was pool day with my friends. It's like friends stuff. It's never just me posting with the Lamborghini.
I say mine was always.
So when you get a girlfriend, you're not with your boys a lot, so that you never take like those group pictures.
Yeah, mine was always shots of like other artists I was working with.
That makes sense.
It was like a professional page.
You knew the difference.
Then like I just told her, I was like, like I really don't care to like be super public about that.
And especially if you have that conversation.
And she was cool with it.
That's a different realm.
And then we get 3.5 years in, and she's like, "You've never posted me more than like twice." And I was just like, that's my bad.
Sad tear.
Like, all right, so.
It's like, hey, bro, we've lived together, right? We share a dog.
Well, it's funny, like, even like family members don't know, like, I was with her for this long, and then, like, we post our engagement video, and they're just like, oh, like, you had a girlfriend this whole time. Like, that, you guys moved quick. And I'm like, we've been together 4 years at this point.
That's funny.
Yeah, I definitely think as long as, like, that's communicated.
Then you're fine.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying, like, watch people's phones, but it's just, like, cringy, like, how, like, not even, like, grimy, but, like, very snake-like how people act. And, again, I just don't trust people, and I'm not one to be like, I'm gonna go through someone's phone or have like a reason to do that, because I'm like, I wouldn't want someone to go through my phone, but I don't know. It's just like, to what extent is like, if you are that unhappy, just leave.
That's my biggest thing.
I don't get
Why
it.
are you dating somebody you don't like?
Yeah,
I understand there's benefits of like everyday sex. That's so fire, right? Or like, sometimes you need somebody to cuddle. I get that, but it's like, dude, you don't like her if you're going out every weekend and you're constantly cheating.
Yes.
And it's just, I don't know. It's just
it's easy to walk away with.
Yeah.
Deal with that shit.
Literally. And you could probably even get that same rush that you would be getting from cheating from leaving, and then doing your own thing for just, and then not having to feel bad about it. I think that's what drives me crazy is like, I had a girl reach out to me not too long ago, and she was just talking to this guy, and he had tried to get me to like stay the night. I had never even hung out with this dude, which I'm like, stay the night on the first hangout?
Yeah.
What? Like, I don't also, I do not get, but it was just really.
I'm that guy. I'm going to hang out. She's
like, come over. I'm dead.
He bringing the jammies and everything.
I'm easy, bro.
Nah, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. And it's, again, maybe it is because I do OnlyFans, but I'm like, that's just like, it just cringed me because I'm like, I don't go out. I don't like to talk to people. If I'm like even talking to someone, I'm literally just talking to them. I wouldn't say like I'm acting like I'm dating them, but like I'm not actively dating other people. Or
I don't like the term "you date to marry" because that's like crazy.
Yeah.
Like your expectations are already just broke. Like I hate that term "date to marry," but it's also like if you're thinking that you want something serious with that person, shouldn't that start like almost right away? Like taking that serious? Because don't get me wrong, I'll talk to 5 different girls, but it's like if one of them's like more serious than the rest, and it's like, all right, well, I gotta live. It's like baby chickens. You
literally, yeah. Well, and that's why, like when that girl had reached out to me about this guy that she was just even talking to, it was awkward because I'm like, I had sent him something, so I did I wasn't gonna deny it or anything like that, but she had actually reached out to me on Facebook, which crazy because we're not friends, so it was in my request. So she had sent it to me like a week before I'd even seen it, and then she sends me another message like probably a day before I had actually opened it up, and I was like, oh, and it's like, oh, are you talking to da 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 da? We've been seeing each other for like honestly like a couple months, but like on and off for like a while. And I was like, oh, like I didn't know that. And I was explaining to her like, I mean, I haven't even hung out with him, but I thought it was crazy that he was trying to get me to stay the night when I don't even know him. And it's obviously wild that you're reaching out to me. Because when she reached out to me, she was even like, I saw the photo, the pic was fire. Okay. Okay. Like
She trying to go with you.
I literally
Yeah, she's like,
was
"Wait,
dead
yeah,
as
tonight,
fuck.
I was there."
She said, I told them to come get you.
Nah. I don't know. I also couldn't do like a threesome. Like I'm very like
I will.
no. I like that. Like I want all the attention on me, and yeah, because I feel like again back to horoscopes that people don't believe in. I'm also like a mix of Leo, which is very
Great actor.
Frankie. He is a Leo, and I feel like you can tell not in a bad way, but I could just tell that he was a Leo before I
What can
realized
you
that.
tell about me?
Well, I don't know.
You're a
Like
piece
I
of
only know.
shit.
That's very true.
Okay, yes, of some sort sign, yes. But I feel like too, it's just like very. They're kind of more of the conceited sign, so I feel like that's kind of where I get like my confidence from, because I feel like too, I have to be humbled a lot too. So I feel like that's why I wouldn't say I don't know. I wouldn't just be like fully attention whore or anything like that. But doing a threesome, unless it was like two guys maybe, but like unless I literally eyes nowhere. But yeah, I just feel like, and the thing is, I would like have to not know the girl. Like I feel like if I knew the girl, it'd be weird for me, and the guy would have to be like very attractive. Like that would just
know. Like you seen like Ricky Bobby. Like I don't know what to do with my hands. That would be it. I really don't what to do one on one. Imagine another one.
Yeah,
You guys go ahead and handle that.
No, I'm good.
See, I think it would be fun, but I just, it would have to be like the right circumstances. I feel like, because again, I like only truly like just being with one person. So the circumstances would have to be kind of crazy. Like I really would have to be down to do it, and I would have to be like in a trusting environment with the other person. And I probably wouldn't want to be like emotionally connected with either of them would probably be the best, because I don't know. I'm like a lover girl. That's why I hate doing stuff like switching on and off between like canceling my OnlyFans and like having it on, because I'm like, not that I don't think people are going to take me serious, but I do it because I want to do it and I enjoy doing it. And I feel like even if...
So if a guy's like, if you're taking this and he's like, hey, I want you to delete it, you'd be like, oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, and
I've never been in that situation, but I always tell like whoever like that's your grind. That's your grind.
Yeah.
Who am I to talk shit on someone to hustle?
Yeah, make
like,
that
that's
bad.
why I love strippers. You know, support them.
facts.
I feed their kids sometimes. You know, like no, but like who am I to talk shit on their hustle?
Yeah.
I tell silly dick jokes on the stage. Well, how am I any better?
Well, and it literally, I think what might frustrate people to an extent is that like they might see it as like not having morals or whatever. They also don't subscribe to me, so unless you are, you don't know what I post.
Right.
Besides what I might post on social media, which I feel like I'm not. We had talked about it. I'm not popping pussy on Twitter, like, which is probably the most open social media that you can probably post on, besides like a Reddit. I don't post on Reddit. I've had people ask me to post on TikTok. Hell no. Would not. Never. I mean, obviously, like something in this degree would be fine, but like my own content, no. And I've thought about doing like sports betting picks, because that's like what I do when I do my Discord is I post picks. Because I would never post like a full-on bet just because I want someone to take my whole fucking parlay, because I would have so many people pissed off at me. So many people. Because I'll have like a maybe 10-leg parlay, and I might miss one thing by like 1 point or like barely off. So I feel like I'm not like awful. And I do have winners. But like if I'm posting on like my Discord and stuff like that, I would want to obviously charge if I'm doing stuff like that. Like if I'm in lingerie or something going over sports betting picks.
Dang.
But I don't know.
That's a bad.
Dude, I've had so many people tell me that I could like do that. Yeah.
Easy.
But it's just the fact that like I don't know if I would want to do it through OnlyFans, because people would have to subscribe to me
Yeah.
through that, and then it would already just be like taken out. Like they wouldn't have to pay again because I don't know how Discord is set up where you can pay, like have people join your Discord for pay or like. You know, that you have to pay them.
I thought
but-
it was like you'd have to pay someone via like Cash App, and they
That's
let
what I
you-
thought. I was like,
Oh, okay.
cash at me, and then I'll give you. I don't know how
Like
Discord
a
works
link?
at all. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know how
yeah,
that works
yeah.
at all. But I thought that
I
was
think
like cash at
OnlyFans
me.
would be the easiest way to.
So do I.
But I think OnlyFans obviously has a bad rap of like if you're on OnlyFans,
See,
you're dude born.
See, I think the only thing is though is that I hate the fact that OnlyFans does take a fee. It's like 20%.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
shit,
decent
that's
fee.
a lot.
Yeah. And then it's also just the fact that just the stigma around OnlyFans
That's
as
what
a
I'm saying.
whole, a lot of
Yeah.
people are like, I don't want to even join.
Hit Patreon or Fansly.
I was about to say because I know like professional athletes or like cooks and stuff, they're going on OnlyFans, but they're doing like
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're
so-
trying
Regular
to flip the
stuff.
stigma.
I forgot
Yeah.
what
Because OnlyFans was created for
Yeah.
that, and that's why
Right.
Fansly came out because it was more like
relax.
Yeah, anyone
it
could
was
do
less
it.
like pornographic.
Yeah, because I know there's a cook or man, I might have been an MMA fighter, but they're like, "Hey, I'm joining OnlyFans." I'm like, "What is he? Is he like kickboxing with his cock out? What is he on OnlyFans for?" And they're like, "No, he's doing like one-on-one. Like this is how you throw a punch. This is this technique." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm fucked up." If I'm thinking his dick is out, he's playing jujitsu.
Or even like musicians. Like,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what, Snoop Dogg or something had an
Snoop Dogg's
OnlyFans.
rapping with his wiener out.
Drake.
Oh my, bruh. Literally, this mic it's giving me flashbacks. I saw that thing. Literally, that shit
can
wasn't
barely
even real.
Two fist.
No, I'm dead as fuck. Oh my gosh.
What? No.
No.
That's insane.
Yeah. I don't know. I just,
couldn't.
I
I
don't
don't.
know.
Birthday
Actually,
twin
I
took
don't. You took it for all of us.
See, and what's funny is that was something I saw on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
see
I
that.
Twitter
see
is
lots of links.
foul.
I saw on Twitter. I remember waking up I mean, we talked about this on the pod. I woke up. I think it was like on a Tuesday, and I woke up and everything's going crazy. Like Drake. I'm like, what? He dropped a new song? What the fuck's going on? So I just went on the search bar, Drake, and then the second one was Drake leaked. The next one, Drake's giant cock, and it's like, hold on, there's no way his wiener's out on the internet. And I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, that's floppy.
Yeah.
that is giant. That is an attractive wiener.
Yes.
Why is it shiny?
I don't even know if it was hard.
No,
Like it literally
we
was
talked
like
about
massive.
That
It
does
was-
not flop like that.
No. It was. I mean, granted, I don't know because like
Yeah,
like,
mines don't flop.
gravity.
Yeah.
Like you know,
I must have skipped that part of science.
like you take a
I missed that
kielbasa,
day. I missed
a kielbasa versus a regular
my
hot
God.
dog.
Yeah, because a hot dog has some,
Little,
Swivel to
but
it.
then a kielbasa's like whoa.
right.
So you never know.
Yeesh.
That's crazy. Do you think he leaked it himself?
Yeah.
though?
Oh, 100%.
You do?
That was
If
a
I
good
had
one.
that, I would be on the internet every day. Just-
somebody has to know about
Oh,
it.
making breakfast and have like the eggs and my wiener just out.
But he's waiting on Kendrick to respond with his.
Yeah, dude, you can't diss somebody with that big of a wiener and just think you win.
No. That it's crazy. I've honestly
Daydream
have
over here
leaked
about
my own too.
Have you
on
really?
accident? Yeah, I was.
On accident. I
Well,
leaked my own on accident.
no, I did. I
done
was
it. It's
flying. So I actually have like another podcast boo that lives in Austin. He's like, his podcast, he's pretty anonymous. So I literally probably can't even speak about his name on here. But he's, yeah. But and his podcast is very good. I wish I could shout it out, but he'd kill me if I did. But I went to go visit him because he lives in Austin and San Antonio. So he has like a house in San Antonio and then a house, well, it's like a condo in Austin. So I went to go visit my friend Bailey, who did some tattoos for me while I was there. So I saw her, and then I went from Austin, well, I went from Dallas to Austin and then was there and then went to San Antonio. So then when I left, I went from San Antonio to Dallas and then Dallas to Wichita because I don't think Austin or San Antonio would just go straight to Wichita for some reason. So I had to like go to Dallas. So that flight alone was like 45 minutes. It's like probably flying from Wichita to Kansas City. So like almost like no point in flying. But I'm like, okay, whatever. So we didn't even get off the plane. Like I just sat there and they're like letting other people get on. I don't know what it was, but I think it was also the fact that he had like a really nice house and stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm going to get some content. Like he just had like such a nice house, which I mean, I obviously wasn't using it, but I
Right.
took advantage of
You gotta take advantage of it.
the
It's there if
fact
it's there.
Yes. So took lots of photos, whatever, but I'm like, I'm gonna go through these real quick while I'm in this. I don't even know if I was really in the car with him, like on the way to the airport, but it was like right before I got there because I wasn't about to go through my own nudes at the airport. So
Right.
I go through it, and then I was like, I'm gonna post this like right before I leave. So I get on Snapchat, literally on the plane, and I post it on my private story because I have like 3 private stories on Snap because I don't know why Instagram has not got onto that, but Mark Zuckerberg or whatever his name is, you need to add
need
multiple.
multiple stories?
Yes, because I hate the fact that I can't like.
They do.
You only
close
have
friends.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got close friends.
Yeah.
But like Snap, you can have like 5
Yeah.
different.
Like I have a all guys, all girls, a mix, and then my own. So I like, yeah. So I feel like I have
Your
just,
own.
well, not my own, but
Oh,
like my,
I was
like
saying,
just
you
normal
have
story.
yourself on
No,
there?
that would be crazy. But no, no. But it was just crazy because I posted it and I don't know, something in my brain told me to like get on my phone while we were like flying. And again, it's only like a 45-minute flight. So I go check my Snapchat, and at this time, like if I was doing like a topless photo, I would just put like a GIF over like
Right.
my chest
A
and
blurred
would
line.
just wing it. It like moved. The GIF moved.
Oh, so just biddies are out.
Yeah, and it was awkward because it was like if this is me, the GIF was like all the way over here. So it was literally and like I was in like a thong, but like titties were out, and I wasn't even embarrassed really. I was honestly just speechless because I didn't realize like one, how many people could actually see it because my phone was on airplane mode, and when I turned it off, it like didn't refresh. So when I noticed it and was like, fuck, I made like another story and was like, I don't know who all just saw that, but like,
My bad on that.
Yeah. Well, and then of course I got hella people that were like, I thought that was on purpose. I didn't think that was on accident, or I would have said something. And I'm like, so I also didn't know if people screenshotted it or anything like that. But like, it's just something that kind of like obviously makes me laugh now because like I can't believe I like my own nudes. But like, I just feel like I probably made a lot of people's day that day,
Damn,
probably.
yeah.
But
Someone was on the ledge and was like, "This is the day."
no, for
You know what?
real.
Today's actually a pretty good day. I think
Yeah, and
wrap this up tomorrow.
literally, so it was all bad. And I think too, it's just the fact that like not knowing who saw it, because I think if I knew people that had seen it and been like, okay, I'm fine with them knowing,
Right.
no big deal. But again, I also don't know. Not that I didn't know who, like how long it was on there, but just like again, if people screenshotted it or anything like that, it didn't
just
tell
not- they're
me.
also
Grandma
Yeah.
Sally saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many fucking
chats
group
are-
chat? I was just about to say that. So many.
So many group chats. Just yo.
Dude, that's also something that I feel like that's not really talked about a lot besides on TikTok is guys group chats that they have. Like, I feel like it's always not good. Never good stuff.
I mean,
like, never
ours
check
isn't
the group
bad.
chat.
Ours isn't bad, but we try to keep it some like we'll shoot ideas to each other, and some of those ideas are not good.
When it's not
right?
everyone, I
No,
think.
but
I-
it's
But I know there's some out there
I've
that
been
are just
it's-
pro.
oh my,
Well,
especially in my youth.
yeah, I'll say
in my teens.
like the Dropbox folders, like that shit was foul.
Yeah.
Like
what is it? What is that?
I don't know. Actually, it was just like
Wait, are you talking about Dropbox, like the literal app Dropbox?
yeah, it was just
you
like
can just put everything
like
together.
they would create
Anybody
group folders, and it was
can
just
add.
guys would add pictures that they received, and it was foul. Like
Yeah.
It dropped here first, ladies. it dropped
Cat's
here
out of the
first.
bag. Fuck.
This better not get bleeped out or cut.
we're
yeah,
breaking-
no,
we're
oh,
breaking
it was just
guy
like
code.
in high school.
Yeah.
It was just like
Yeah.
the derby Dropbox, and it was just like, and then girls would find out about it and be like, hold on, like I sent
Yeah.
that to this dude, and then everybody would have it.
Right.
Bruh.
There was a big thing. I mean, Great Band's smaller than Derby, and it became like a thing. I don't think it was Dropbox, but it was like another website. But that
Drive.
website was unanimously known for it's all just leaked nudes, and Great Band had its own specific folder, and it was
like a back page kind of.
Yeah, but it was like hundreds to maybe almost thousands of photos, and
Well, and like
And the
nowadays,
craziest
content
thing-
creators ain't even safe.
yeah,
Oh,
nobody's
yeah.
safe.
Dude, it takes one guy to go subscribe, and
And
then
yeah.
it's
That's
out
not-
there.
Doesn't OnlyFans sue, or is that not real?
Well, so I have it in my thing. So if people do that, I can technically do like something because it's already been posted. I think like you can't just like not like it has to be posted somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But I know too, all the content that I post, whether it be pay-per-view, which is like sending them custom content and it being at a certain price or posting it, it's always going to be like watermarked. So it's like technically always like my photo. So if someone's going to be,
it's going to
like,
say.
I feel like even seeing like leaks on stuff like on Twitter, because I feel like that you're prone to seeing OnlyFans, you'll almost always see their name at the bottom, and that's why. So, and I feel like obviously you can probably crop that out, but like you're also, I think they make it kind of, it's not like huge, but it does take a good portion of
bottom.
Well, that and it's like they leave it on there anyways for the legitimacy. Because if it's like a so-and-so leak.
It could be AI.
True.
Yeah, because that's like the biggest thing is like back when COVID first started, I was doing management for models and whatnot. And so like I saw that side of it. And then like if a girl had her stuff leaked, she'd be like, hey, how do we get this removed? And I'm like, like it's hard. Like we can try, but.
Because I know one girl who also does OnlyFans. Her whole entire, what do you call it, category or whatever, got leaked. Like the entire thing.
Is she like local?
She grew up in Hayes, Kansas, but she lives in
like at least in
Arizona
Kansas.
now.
Oh my god.
And like this was like years ago, and all of it got leaked. And then she released like on every social media was like, hey, whoever leaked this, cause I'm coming after you.
Yeah.
And she sued him and did all that stuff.
Well,
and
yeah.
even now in her OnlyFans stuff, it says like, if you screenshot, I'm gonna sue. I don't care who.
Yeah,
you
no,
are.
that's what mine says.
Yeah.
It's like a copyright thing. And honestly, I stole that from Corinna
Comp.
Yes.
I mean, because her stuff's all over the place.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
it's like, dude, it takes that one person to
Yeah.
screenshot. I mean, there's even like smaller creators locally that they still have like, there's like those websites that you look up so and so leaked.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, and there's a couple people here I know where you just look up their name.
Yeah.
And you go to images on Google and it's
There.
the leaked stuff right away.
That hasn't happened yet. But like, I don't know. It's just the fact that I also am like, when I first started, I was actually like very stingy just because like, it wasn't that I just didn't know what I was doing, but like, I didn't really want to like fully put myself out there. So I was charging $50 just to subscribe. And I posted only lingerie. And people honestly didn't even question it. And people still paid the $50.
Bitch.
Yeah,
Pull a titty out.
no, people didn't say a single thing. And then I feel like too, I have had people when they ask for like certain things, I think they like I don't have a problem shooting anyone down. Like that again, I think it's just like a confidence thing where you're not going to tell me how to run what I'm doing. And again, that's also why I don't have a manager. So I'm like, I don't really need someone else to tell me. Like, if you don't want to pay that, go on to Twitter or go on to something else because I think Pornhub is down or something like that.
So they're not down. You just have to say that you're 18.
Oh, okay. How do you do that then?
Apparently, I've been told.
You have to upload an ID.
No, not here.
No?
Not in Kansas. In Texas, you have to upload your ID. But in Kansas, so you like type in Pornhub and then it says, like it shows you like the main frame and then it changes to you can only be on here if you're 18 or older. Are you 18 or older? You put yes or no.
So it's like the alcohol page.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I saw
I'm
that look
dead.
up nicotine, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm
exactly
done.
that.
Well, and I mean, honestly, fuck Texas. Like, I feel like
fuck Texas.
They have
now.
no casinos. You can't gamble there. There's
I don't know.
you can't get abortions there.
Hey, there is a ammunition vending machine.
Oh wow! Thank God they have
Yes.
that.
Dude, I just saw it. It's in a Lowe's.
Of course they do.
Hey, and I saw it when we were looking up about that Philadelphia thing. That's, yeah.
That's crazy.
insane.
That's crazy. But yeah, no. OnlyFans is crazy. I feel like too, it's just like different because, like I said, I think people also just kind of get mad at the fact that like I can just take photos and not have. I mean, I get ready. I mean, I definitely am like. I mean, I spend lots of money on lingerie, lots of stuff like getting ready and things of that nature, shoots and stuff like that. I feel very, very lucky that I've been in a position where a lot of my shoots are free, or it's just like they know that I'm gonna be posting a lot. Because I'm definitely not an influencer by any means. I don't know. I like the fact that I can just kind of like do my own thing and not saying that you're being controlled by something, but I don't want someone to tell me that I have to do this in order to get paid or something like that. I mean, obviously, if it's something
My
like
phone's blowing up. What is happening?
Okay, I got a question.
yes.
So, my girlfriend, or fiance now, and I.
Hey, you better fucking get it right.
Dead. But we were talking about it because she's been approached a couple of times by like male photographers wanting to do the boudoir stuff. And to me, like, I mean, being a photographer myself and like have done those shoots before, like, yes, I understand you can do it non-maliciously.
Right.
But there's a couple local guys that I've even been told about from like other models and whatnot that have like done the photos, but then like either said slick shit on the shoot.
Yeah.
Or there's this one guy that a female, she posted a
Can
picture.
you name drop on here?
We can bleep.
I mean,
Sorry.
yeah.
I want the
I
D.
say it's like I forgot like the actual photographer's name. I mean, if I saw it, I would be like, okay,
Right.
that was him. But she put on her story like, "Oh, happy Valentine's Day. If you ever came to my content, you owe me a gift." Like just being slick.
Yeah.
And he replied to it and said, like, where should I send the flowers? And I was just like, pause.
Yeah, just because you
Like-
took those pictures. Yeah.
Like, it's just weird. Like, like when I was in those positions doing that stuff, even in the management world, it's like, I never thought of a female like that. It was
Yeah.
just, yo, let's go get this bread.
Yeah, well, it's a professional.
Yeah.
Like,
And so
yeah.
it's like, have you ran into that, like having like the weird photographers? And also it's like, would you rather have the female photographer aspect of it?
Yeah, so that's actually like a really, really, really good question because I feel like too, I am very comfortable. Like I feel like too, not that I would just like be getting changed, but I feel like too, like when you're going to even just like a normal shoot, like they're changing really fast. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't just like, I mean, I would go into a bathroom or something to change, but I might not close the door because I'm literally taking 2 seconds to change out of a set that's like the size of my palm. So it's like literally will take me 2 seconds. And I don't really care. They're probably going to see me naked anyways. I do prefer the girls, not just like, I think the way that they hype you up is a little bit different. I think not even just like body positive, but I feel like when I'm able to be like, can you tell me if my hair looks good? They're kind of already like knowing what I'm expecting. Cause I feel like I like floof my hair up a lot. And sometimes when I do that, it like stays.
Yeah.
And I don't want photos where like only one part of my hair is sticking up. So they like kind of see that aspect. I think also too, one thing is poses. I think a lot of guys, that's something that they like kind of struggle in because I like going to a shoot that, I mean, I don't mind if it's fast paced. So if they're doing like the shutter real fast so I can just be like more fluid and change. But if it's something where like they're taking longer to get like a better shot, I respect that. But like, I don't, like, it's harder for me to just be posing for such a long time.
Well, it's
and be
like not high fashion anyways.
Yes.
Like high fashion, you're doing this, doing that.
Yes,
Like-
for a specific thing. And I
Yeah.
feel like too, it's just like, I mean, I'm not saying showing off your body or doing something, but I mean, I feel like typically it's just me. Like I really don't have like a lot of props or anything that I'm using. It really is just me. But I've actually had 2 guys that I've done boudoir shoots with. And one of them I've gone to a couple times. He is very friendly. He has a family. And I try to like, again, just keep it professional. Like I just am like, again, kind of like you're essentially letting me do this so I can give you the exposure of the stuff that I'm posting out on my page. Cause he's always looking for more girls to shoot, which to an extent, I'm like, I don't know if people really just enjoy it or if they're have a creepy intentions. Cause I feel like you can kind of get that vibe. But again, I feel like I'm comfortable enough to be like, I don't want to do that, or I don't want to talk about that, or I don't want to, do the pose that they're wanting me to do. Like one of the guys, he's really nice, but he was like, is there anything that kind of like doing like content together kind of? And I was like, I just don't really do that. And I feel like that's also something that makes me cringe is a lot of guys will like hit my DMs being like, we should make content. I only do solo stuff. I only do solo stuff. And so that's why I'm like, I literally can't tell people that I I don't do anything besides solo content and then do something with one person. And now I'm like, well,
Damn.
Yeah.
Screwed the pooch on that one.
yeah. So
My
I just,
expectations are, if I'm with you, now we got to do something.
yes. So I literally only do solo stuff. And when I said that, I've been like, he was really nice and was like, okay, no, I get that. It did kind of bother me though that he like asked me again, and I was like, I would let you know.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that again, you have a family. Like that's where you're making me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's my fiance. She was telling me about this one. She couldn't ever remember the name, but it was a husband and it was a gay couple, and they were the ones like running it all, and which she was like that was really cool because they reached out to her and they talked about it and everything. Right. I found the name of the guy.
Okay. Okay, he one. I wish you could like show him a picture, or you could. I wish you could look up what he looks like. One, he is like super ugly. I think his girlfriend is very beautiful. I think it's crazy that, and I get that people can be in that type of business and have a relationship. I would personally. And it's just me. I'm very protective, and again, I'm very like I don't like sharing. If I'm with someone and we're watching Euphoria, they're seeing Sydney like her titties out all fucking day, and I mean whatever. That I don't mind, but I think it's a little bit different when you're like it's people in real life. You know,
it's At first, I didn't understand it. Like when I got into a relationship with her, like I was actively doing it, so like I was open to her. One because. If I accidentally go to or if I just go to open my photo gallery and show her, be like to show her a picture of something, and then it's a picture of somebody else.
And you swipe left, and it's
and so like I was just open with her. I was like, hey, this is what I do. Like this is how long I've been doing it. Right. It's not a weird thing that I do. It's for the money.
Right.
And so she was cool with it. And then there was 3-4 months go on. She's like, I can tell that she was off, and so I was like, "Cool, I'm done. Like, there's no need to do that."
I think I mean, you're playing. I mean, I think you're the perfect example of if you're communicating everything, every step of the way, then you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, and like it was hard too because I was doing the management as well, and so it's like I'm actively posting for them. I'm replying to DMs. That was the funniest thing. Like we talk about like the people in the DMs.
I want to talk about that.
It's like there was times where like I'm managing girls that are local to Wichita and. Acquaintances of mine are.
He's saying me. There's me. I'm in the DMs.
Or in their OnlyFans, man. And it's like they're talking crazy or sending pictures.
And you got to reply? Nice dick, dude.
Well, and there was times where we had to do the rating of it.
Oh.
And I was the one that got stuck with it. I was the manager. I was like, so I'm sitting there. It's funny, dude. I'm just talking it up.
Man. It's hard. Honestly, I get put on not put on the spot, but when people ask me stuff like that, that's why I like not having a manager because I like get an enjoyment off of people like embarrassing themselves.
It is so funny. Like you find the guys with, I mean, like, you know,
not everybody's Drake.
Yeah, exactly. But then you tell them like. Hey,
you're not Drake, dude.
No, you're straight with him, and you're just like, or no, you're not straight. You're fake to him, and you're just like, oh man, that's 10 out of 10.
Giant cock.
Bah, 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 bah. And then boom, it's even more money because I thought it was a money game.
Yeah.
And I was like, the more I talk to these people, the more I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
And so that was like, I was like, all right, cool. Like, let's see how much we can push it. But then there's those desperate guys.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like I'm draining my bank account, like this is my last dollar type thing, and I'm like. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. You can go to. I'm like, you can go to someone else. Like my thing is find them. That's like I wouldn't say it's like my sexual kink, but it's something I'm into.
What's that?
It's financial like dominant. So it's like essentially like people sending me lots of money.
Yeah,
but it's just like
it's crazy. I didn't ever realize how many people were willing to spend just send $500 for no reason.
Yeah.
And then got a couple girls where it's like we're consistently being able to be like, oh hey, like send this much, and it's like boom, money in the account.
I've had lady friends who have been like, we've been literally sitting at bars, and she's like, you want your ticket paid for? And I'm like, yes, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and they'd be like, all right, give me a second, and they'd be like typing for like 10 minutes, and they're like, all right, I'll cash up you $100. And I was like, where did you get that from? She's like, oh, so and so, and I'm like,
yeah,
people do that.
It's nice.
People do that because it's one thing of like at a bar, let me buy you a drink, let me buy this round. I think that's normal.
Yeah,
but I'm never sending money. Ever to, and I mean, don't disrespect anybody who does that. I'm not gonna ruin it. Like, I'm not. If you're a guy and you do that, shout out you. You obviously have more money than me, or just don't have kids and have other shit to pay for.
True.
But I'm never. True. One, I've never sent a dick pic. Two, never sending money to anybody.
I feel like that's a lie.
I've never sent a dick pic.
I feel like that's a lie.
Swear.
I never.
I feel like that's cap.
I never did.
I'll stand on that
until I was like a year in.
I've
Bailey.
just because my thing is I don't think a girl ever wants a dick pic. I think it's the equality of I sent my boobs. I need something in return.
They want
dicks are ugly.
dick pic.
Yeah, man.
They want who?
Drake's.
Yes.
And I don't have that. So
Yes.
what business do I have sending that?
No, that's why it's like honestly crazy because I don't remember if it was and I obviously like just I'm only bringing this up because of what she said because I feel like when that Hawk Tuah girl was talking, did she say something about using two hands?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and I mean, I'm not saying that I'm out here just giving head all the time, but I'm not saying like I just happen to stumble like upon guys with small dicks, but there's not a lot of guys that have enough for
Two-handers.
two hands. I'm being honest.
The average is 5.
Like-
Let's get this. Put that out.
Yeah.
The average
My
is
thing
5.
is like, as a man, it's like how I look at a female. Like, I don't think they want the biggest of tits because it's going to hurt your back. With me, it's like,
True.
bro, if I had to, I'm going to have to move it around in the pants,
Yeah.
adjust it more. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
come on. You can't play basketball. You can't go
True.
swimming.
You got to work extra
True.
tight compression shorts.
You see what I'm saying? It's a hassle having a big dick.
Yeah.
True.
I'm content.
Yeah. I mean, true. Thinking about like that though, because I feel like too, like with just like my chest, my back be hurting. It's hard to find shirts that are like cute because I feel like honestly, there's so many shirts that are flat chested, like more opened. So with the girls that are flat chested, it just like looks more smooth. I don't know. It looks like it's supposed to fit them, but on me, it's like it literally looks like it's 3 sizes too big because my waist is so small. So it's literally just wrapped around my chest and then not on my waist. So it's just like floating on my front, and it makes me look like I'm 10 times bigger than what I normally look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you got to think if you have just one of them Drakes. I hang out with a lot of great, good-looking ladies.
Yeah.
You know, and you just sometimes, you know, or in the airport. I wasn't talking about this. I was hoping, you know, Alex would be here.
yeah.
But like, when you're in an airport and you're in an airplane, for some reason you get those random boners, and you're like, "Hey man, if this was huge, I'd be fucked." You know what I
Yes.
mean? But
Can't
something about
tug
those,
it.
you can't, bro. You can't do anything.
See, that
you
would
got
be
a
bad.
fat ass giant dude sitting, sweaty guy next to you, and you're rock hard, and you're like, "Buddy, I can't adjust. You just gotta let it sit there." The lady, the cart lady's like, "Hey, do you need ice?" I'm like, "A little bit."
I'm
I don't know,
dead.
those random airplane. You fly a lot.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
You get
Every
them
time.
occasionally. Bro,
Every
like,
time.
The pants rub the wrong way.
Every time.
Like it only happens at the airport, or are you saying like it happens randomly?
No,
mean,
it
they
happens
happen
randomly at
randomly.
the airport. It happens randomly regardless. But at the airport,
Those are the worst ones because you can't, like,
can't do nothing.
if you got to, like, try to adjust or whatever.
Like while you're in the actual
Yeah,
airplane.
while you're in there.
Yeah.
Something about the longitude just like gets you rock hard for some reason.
yeah.
That's
get it.
interesting.
Yeah,
Bubba.
every time.
Altitude, Bubba.
Whatever.
English is not great.
I'm glad that you caught that. I'm dead. See, I know that like too, I talk to a lot of guys that work out, and I feel like that's also something that like is crazy, is just like the sex drive of people that work out. Like I feel like there's a guy that will like hit me up every once in a while. He lives in Florida. He'll message me at like 4:30 and we'll be like, "Can you send me a video, or can you send me something?"
I can't tell you just when I talk to girls, they're always like, "What are you doing after the gym?" It's like something about the gym. I mean, it's obviously the testosterone.
Yeah.
I need something. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm doing what I got to do. Like, it's just always right after
literally
the gym.
busting the nut and literally
Yeah.
staying home.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, it just cracks me up because I'm like, they literally will like go to the gym and then come back home, they get ready for work and then hit me up and I'm like, I'm asleep. Half the time I just don't even respond because I know that's what it is. But I just like, I don't know. It's like almost too much because I do think like people that are physically fit, it's like attractive, but it's just like sometimes it's like too scary. I feel like it is definitely like I had this situationship type ordeal thing, and this guy was like fucking massive. He was a firefighter too, and it was just like, I don't know. I mean, he was like a good person and stuff like that, but it just was like, I don't know. It was like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are just like, oh, like she does OnlyFans, she probably just like likes having sex anyways, which I feel like that doesn't, like, just because I like to have sex does not mean that I like to have sex with multiple people or a lot of people. Like, I think that that's
It's not
like a
numbers
huge
game.
difference. Yes.
Or quality over quantity.
Yes. And I feel like too, like also like people with like body counts, like that is such an insane, like the theory of other people needing to know anything like that when we're grown is like kind of
I think after
disgusting
a
to
certain
me.
age. I mean, it's cool when you're like 21 and your buddies are like, "What's your body count now?" And it's like, "Oh,
Right.
it's that X amount." But when you're past
Yeah.
After 21, hey man, we're grown. Keep that to yourself.
Or like,
Dude.
yeah, guy to guy, but like when I've had guys ask me and I'm like, it's none of your business.
I've been
none
asked,
of your business.
And, I mean, I've been single since me and my kid's mom broke up, and it's just girls being like, okay, well, we talked about this. How much money do you make? And it's like,
Yeah.
we're on our first date. I understand maybe don't ask that yet.
The
We're not
audacity.
serious. This is our first date. Maybe in 5 dates, when it's a little more serious.
Yeah.
But it's also like, what's your body count? And it's like, don't ask questions you don't want to answer.
Dude,
No.
I had a buddy of mine. We just talked about it this weekend, and his girlfriend was like asking him, and he's like, "Do I be honest? Do I?" And I'm like, the fact that she's asking is weird.
Yeah.
Something's off.
Like I have never cared to ask Bailey.
No, I don't wanna
any
know.
of that. Well,
You're a virgin for all I know.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of the things where I'm like, we all had our past with shit, and it's like, cool, if we're together now, it's all that matters. As long as you're
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah, as long as you're clean, that's all that matters.
Well, and
like-
it's like, again, if it's something like maybe that they've had it, not like someone that you've been with in the past and they've cheated, but obviously you would have to like talk about that stuff and disclose like what you did. But I don't know. I just think that like even me, like I think like this is the longest I've been single, probably since like 8th grade. Like I'm not even lying. Like I've just been in long relationships, and then obviously I think it's just the fact that the in between is kind of short. So it's not that I go from one long relationship to the other because there is a little bit of a break, but I don't know. It's also been a lot of growing for me too, which I think is like the beautiful aspect that I look at OnlyFans as, is because I mean I've always kind of like put myself out there in a way, or like, you know, I want people to, I don't know, I think a lot of people think I have like a internet persona. And I would say I do. Like, I mean, I'm definitely
Those are fun.
Yes.
And
well, I am John Cena's burner account
That
for a
is
reason.
so funny. We haven't talked about John Cena since I've been here.
Yes. I need the cue. Can you cue some sad effects, please?
For real, do we have any? No, John Cena retiring. I think we might have to wrap this up after this one. Just crying. That's how we're gonna wrap it up. Yeah. John Cena retiring. So I grew up since I was 6. So it's like that was John Cena's rise. He started in the WWE in 2002, but didn't become John Cena until like 2005. I started watching in 2005. So like when he won the world title for the first time, that was me, like my first WrestleMania that I watched. And so I saw the come up all the way until the bald spot, and it's like, oh, this is the saddest thing. And I was watching it live. My mom was like, what's going on? I was like, oh shit, John Cena surprised people with this pay-per-view. She's like, oh cool. And I'm watching, and you can just tell my face is just going down. And because I had my headphones in. And then after he got done talking, I was looking at my phone after he done talking. And she's like, what's going on? And I mean, there's like a tear. She's like, what?
Looking
what
like
happened?
Chris Jones at the Super Bowl.
What happened? And I'm like,
Dude,
I'm so sad. She's like, what's going on? I was like, who's like, who died? And I was like, John Cena's career. She's retiring. And she's like, oh my fuck, how old are you? And I was like, you don't understand the meaning of this.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, this is gonna sound so stupid.
Bro.
But like professional wrestling was like my avenue to like, I had a shitty upbringing, but it was like Monday nights, that's what I'm doing. For
He's
2
got
hours,
the monster
that's
car
what I'm doing.
outside, if that means anything.
Dude, I love, and so him retiring is just so sad.
Dude, that was the second craziest thing that happened with you about, you know, like seeing that was like, damn, Eric's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think our group chat got blown up with it. His stories, like,
Frankie called me and he's like, hey, what's up, dude? And I was like, you know I'm not well. And he's like, I know. He's like, do you want to talk about it? I don't know what to say.
That's really
bro, it was
sad.
worse than a breakup.
It's been the worst. I've never been through a breakup like that.
That's insane.
Just wait till it's LeBron.
Nah, I don't really mind that. I mean, John Cena's my LeBron. That's how, like, I'm telling
Okay,
you, he was
true.
my North Star. He was my first love.
I'm dead.
That's
See,
insane.
I love his Instagram, his social media. He is one of the most creative people I've ever.
He only started
seen.
Instagram because the WWE made him. But he told him, he's like, if I do this, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, yeah, of course. He goes, no. You don't understand. And he even puts in his caption, I will post pictures without captions. You take it as you will.
Yeah, no,
And
there's
that's so
no
creative.
context. Well, and it's like the most random stuff, but it's like kind of relevant.
But they
like,
have meaning. They all have meaning.
Yes, and his Twitter, which I just followed not too long ago, is actually like very motivational.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Every morning I wake up
fuck
and go
with
first into it.
this.
I was
Yes.
saying my biggest flex was
He follows me too.
yeah,
Shut up. He
yeah.
follows me
It
too.
was like when
Stop.
he went on that follow spree.
He followed me like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was so random.
He follows.
Stop.
He also follows Riley Reid.
Hey,
I don't know what that means, but
I mean,
he goes
she
on follow
followed
sprees.
me on her new account.
do you know who John Anik is?
Yeah, the announcer for the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. He follows you?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
That's a
he
dog.
really does though. I fucking love him though.
Yeah,
My
don't
ex
like
had bought me a cameo for my birthday because I was like obsessed with him when I watched UFC with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I can even get you tickets." Yeah, and I felt bad because like obviously me and my ex weren't together, but he still follows me on Twitter, and I'm like,
That's so
dude, shout
dope.
out to John. I fucking love
John
him.
Anik is good.
Yeah,
good.
he's great.
He's also funny. Two guys were fighting. He's like, they're both fighting currently for their kids' custody. And it's like, hey, man, you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to say that.
No, he's such a good commentator too.
Him and Joe are Joe and
Yes.
DC are the perfect commentators.
Oh yeah. They're great.
All right. One last question, and we'll wrap this up. I think all the fellas, all the young single men out there want to know. You have all
Okay.
sorts of people in your DMs, from blue checks to 3 followers, right?
Very close.
You're an
yeah.
attractive person. What does one have to do? Like, what's a good like first line? Because obviously looks matter. I don't care what anybody says. Looks matter. So that's obviously the first thing.
Yeah.
But like, if a guy is a little less attractive, but their starter is always like funny or creative, what's like been the? How does a guy get in your DMs
I
and get the answer back?
I feel like that might be kind of hard because I feel
Or
like,
like even dating apps. Like I don't know if you're dating apps. What is somebody you'd be like? Oh, I gotta answer that one back.
well, I feel bad because I changed one of my prompts just to be crazy. I changed my age to like 47, and then I put something about how I like guys that let me put my toes in their mouth. So I feel like I've gotten like a crazy amount of
Oh my
DMs, even from
God.
older people, and I just do it for fun. But I would say personally, if someone was like to reach out to me into my DMs, I think literally my thing is I feel like a lot of people will like not just beat around the bush, but they'll just spend so much time talking. And I'm like, I'm a Libra and I get bored quick. So I'm like, you're going to lose interest in me if you're only trying to message like for weeks. I'm like, if we're not like linking to like go on a date or something for us to hang out, I won't like that. So
I'm the exact same way.
yeah. So if you were like, let's go to a sporting event. So any of my male followers want to take me to a Cubs game that's coming up, I would
going to
appreciate
Kansas
that.
City?
Yes.
When are you
I think I'm actually going to one game. It's the 28th. It's a Sunday. But, or I'm supposed to be going, so fingers crossed. But yeah, either that or even like a KU game at Arrowhead, because that's going to be lit. But, or like a sweet treat, like taking me out. I'm a foodie. I love food. So I feel like anything like that, or going to a brewery. I love sour beers. So I feel like literally just like taking me out. Like I would rather get to know you
So
in
just
person.
up front, like Saturday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Brewery.
Yeah.
Yes or no, bitch.
Yeah,
And you're
because
like, all right, yeah,
well, because I
guess.
feel like to me it's like sexy when people take initiative. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I do that a
Don't
lot.
be shy,
when
pussy.
yeah,
I'm shy. I'm
Yeah.
pussy.
Well-
I'm pussy.
yeah. It's just like I mean, you have to shoot your shot, and sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it will, and it's just like I mean, you really don't know. It's always
Right.
the chance, and that's why I don't shoot my shot often. But I feel like too, it's. I mean, I would still. There's not a lot of people that I just wouldn't respond to. Like I feel like I am very considerate and try to be very nice, and I don't want people to think of me, like I said, with the internet persona as that I'm some bitch that like, you know, thinks that she's hot shit and has all this stuff when that is not true at all. Yeah, it's just, it's stressful. It really is.
It's stressful being a hot girl.
Well, I feel like too, and this is like funny, you can like, I don't know if you can crop it in, but one of like the funniest DMs I've ever gotten was a guy asking me to like fart on video. And it cracked me up because like, you know, people like will send farts like in a bag and stuff like that. Like that's something that people will buy. And I'm not saying like I would do that, but you know, people could just
Fart in a
literally do like fart spray and
Yeah.
then send it. And then that's like, I mean, I don't know if they would make it that stinky, but like, you know, something along that line. But to have a video of me on the
Yeah,
internet
that's
of me
insane.
farting, that would ruin my fucking internet
Oh my
digital
God.
footprint for life. I would be so embarrassed. Like, sorry, Mom, I saw the nude picture of you, but like that video
Imagine
of you
your mom
farting,
being like, hey, you're
crazy.
Fire. Hey, bitch, you farted on the internet? You
Dude,
Literally.
there's this new girl that's trying to be like the new Hawk Tua girl, and she's like, I
Oh,
fart
yeah.
on that thing, and like her whole thing is just ripping ass.
These girls are just, that hot tool girl started a movement, but not in the good way of like,
Yeah.
if you're like in bed and your girl's like, I saw something, and you're like, oh hell yeah, it's not that good. That's not. It's not. That's a good way of starting a movement. The bad movement is all these girls in Nashville and 6th Street in Austin are talking about, oh, I fist them, and it's like, what? Hold on,
Yeah,
you can't get
that's
nastier than the hot tool girl.
crazy. Yeah, no, fisting is wild.
I mean,
that's insane.
You see, what I'm saying? But like, girls are gonna get worse and worse. Like, I don't just hot tool, I fart on it and then I poop on his chest. It's like, whoa, hot tool was enough.
No, that was
enough.
Honestly, though, if someone ever like does ask me to do some crazy stuff, I'll say that the next time. I'll fart on it.
I'll fart on his shit on your chest. All right, well, Jacob, where can they find you?
At Manage to Create.
Where can the wonderful people find you?
Oh, I don't know. I have like so many different things. Probably either on Insta at, I think you could probably just look up John Cena's burner account.
And that's the first one there.
Yep, and you'll see a little Lego playing some blackjack, and that is my Abby.
Perfect. You can find me anywhere and anywhere at ErickZayas1, ErickZayas1. But make sure you follow the podcast at Running the Light Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, all that good stuff. We're trying to keep the lights on in here. So a follow, a like, a share is always wonderful for us. Thank you for having it. I think we got a part 2 this at some point.
Yeah,
This was
for
a
sure.
Great
We
conversation.
gotta have Frankie on here.
We didn't even talk about sports. It was the funniest part.
Yes.
We talked about
Oh
John
my
Cena.
God.
I cried, and that's it.
Yes,
All right,
no,
well,
we'll run it back.
We'll run it back. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.